Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Trust you're doing well. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Please, I mean, in the next 5 minutes, we'll have to start because I got information that we only have 1 hour for this week. So every section this week is only going to be for 1 hour. Yeah. Good evening, Olajide. So once it's like 7:05, we'll just start, and I don't think there will be any breaks in between. At least till we are done with what we have to do. Good evening, Shegun. Good evening, Diamond. By the way, hope we had a very good weekend, and hope our Monday is off to a great start. Hope our Monday is off to a great start. Um, yeah. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. So just to say, I mean, we're about rounding up. This is like week 7. I'm sure we must have gotten info that there's going to be an assessment, and of course, just to add, in case you have anything, like I've always said, in case you have anything, any clarity that you want to get, please always reach out to me on LinkedIn, right? I mean, just connect with me on LinkedIn. Send me a text there. I would always reply. It's easy for me to keep track of my LinkedIn messages. Just in case you have any issue that you want to express actually. So yeah, good evening, Shegun. Good evening, Felice. See, good evening, Doing. Please, once it's like 7:05, we just kickstart. Oh, thank you. My eyes is good, right? I've been using antibiotics. I would have to still go to the hospital tomorrow. I have a schedule, so I'll just go there and check my eyes. I think I've not been using photochromic light, and that's been affecting me really, even apart from the boy. Like photochromic eyeglass, because I'm always staring at screen every time, even at work. So I need to start taking care of my eyes. I need to start taking care of my eyes. I think that goes to everybody here to please. Health is wealth. Even the little things, please take care of your eyes. Because once you start staring at screens a lot, the blue light has its effect. All right, so it's 7:05. Whoever joins in would have to, and there probably might not be a recap because I'll just assign an hour. I mean, so please bear with me. So you would see we are going to what talking about applying Gen AI to healthcare. Basically, to be very honest, we're supposed to do it like apply Gen AI to like different sectors, to like sectors that we are much more familiar. I'm much more familiar with. I'm familiar with healthcare, so it's easy for me to like build something of healthcare. It's more of just like an application, more like an applied generative artificial intelligence like crash course in quotes. Just trying to see how okay what you've learned so far, how can we apply it to sectors to certain sectors to like solve problems or to build projects off, right? So even basically what we'll be talking about, will just evolve around healthcare, right? And I would want to indulge that whatever you take from at least this week, Just use it to build for whatever sector you are in. If it's finance, if it's agric, if it's hospitality, all this can actually be applied. Doesn't really have to be healthcare. Yeah, so I might indulge, I might be doing stuff, I might be saying stuff in healthcare. I, they are not going to be anything complicated, just very technical. What's our concern basically is just what we're using to build. And it's not going to it's still going to be very applicable. It's not going to be difficult. It's very much going to be applicable to other sectors, right? But we'll just narrow it down for healthcare just for like clarity's sake. And let me just go ahead and share my screen because I know this sharing the screen might take a hell of a while. Let me stop sharing my video. So I'm sharing my screen now. Hopefully my screen comes up very soon. Because from what I'm seeing here, I'm already sharing my screen. Okay, it's up now. Mm, yeah. So good evening, everybody. Again, we only have an hour, and also another good thing is that we will be. I'll be showing you guys how to deploy apps on Organ Face Space. I hope someone is excited about that. I hope someone is excited about that. So now we'll be seeing how to deploy apps on Organ Face Space. So if you want someone to use your app, you can just share a link of your app from Morgan Face Space, and I guess that would be nice. So it's more of how to just um you know do stuff for your portfolio. Even though Jumobi already told me that she already told us that we are supposed to go and learn on that, but I would just teach us and show us how to do that, like at least in the best simplest way, right? Just show us how to do that in the best simplest way. So I'll be connecting my notebook. First off, I hope this notebook has been shared, and also just to put, I mean, just for the sake of people that are beginning, ideally when you're building like AI applications, you're not supposed to be running them on notebooks. So like these are things that you definitely want to run for production. So you definitely need like IDs like VS codes to run your like VS codes to run your codes and all, and deployment tools. That's when you now start integrating LM ops, LLM ops, ML ops, things like that to scale your application, right? So pardon, pardon for the fact that we are using notebooks. Notebooks are basically because it's easy for us to share. PyCharm, yeah, you can use PyCharm, but I don't think PyCharm would be as sophisticated as using a VS Code to write your codes. And of course, you're supposed to learn about version control, learn how to deploy apps through GitHub, learn how to do even CI/CD through GitHub. I'm just giving you insights too, because I would not want us to take this like, oh yeah, this is enough, right? You can just do stuff on notebooks. No, you can't. It's not just notebooks themselves. You need to start looking at how you can, scale to build things. And now things are very easy. You can even use generative AI tools to learn all these things. You can use there are resources on YouTube, how to build production ready generative AI apps, generative AI tools, agentic AI, build AI agents and all, and learn about MCP, that's a model context protocol. I'm sorry, I would have loved to teach you guys all these things, but there is a cap to this, to the old bootcamp. So it's to make sure that it's as simple as it can be. But this is like a charge that if you are so much interested in generative AI, there is a lot to explore. Trust me, there is a lot to explore. So yeah, for week 7, So for week 7, right, we are starting with applying generative AI to healthcare. Like I had said, it's not just limited to healthcare. You can apply this to other sectors. And the focus for this right now for the healthcare part is just symptom checkers, building symptom checkers, building health document summarizers, save Q&A bots. So if Q&A bots, like if you need to query about like your health check. Interestingly, in case you are familiar with Pfizer has to show the relevance of generative AI and to show how big pharma are really doing this, are really like building tools around this. Pfizer has an app called let me check my phone for that app. Just to show you people, just to let you people, it's called Health Answers, and this was built off generative AI, and they built it off the rack system, right? And they built it off the rack system, and it's just for you to query and get answers on basically anything that involves around health. If you query that app, the name of the app is Health Answers by Pfizer. If you are very familiar with big pharma, then you know Pfizer. And all these app right are just just like application of how they've been able to use generative AI to help with patient care. And this is like real world application to what big farmers are doing. They've seen the potential to what generative AI can do for them, right? So it's the same charge I'm giving you guys that, oh, whatever you're doing here is of industry relevance. Like you're getting industry relevant stuff at like a very affordable, like, I don't know, there's no fit to this, but yeah. But you're getting like things that are very relevant to you're getting a skill that is very relevant to today, right? So you should still build up on it, please. And also, of course, basic tools for this are just Python, transformers, your sentence transformer, and Gradio, because we'll be deploying apps on Gradio. I'll be showing you how to deploy Hugging Face spaces on, sorry, Gradio on Hugging Face spaces. So if I'll just go, I mean, we're very much familiar, but let me just show us again for clarity. When you want to, for the notebook, right, you're supposed to go to this change runtime, then connect to a GPU. And the GPU we are using is a T4 GPU, right? And and of course, first things first, you want to install your necessary packages that we'll be using. That's the PyTorch, transformers, the sentence transformers, the FASS. I think I already spoke about the FAS, FAS, sorry, FAISS. That's I can't remember again, but I know it has to do. We spoke about it when it had to do with RAG. That's like the Facebook tool for similarity indexing, and stuff when it comes to RAG. When it comes to retrieval, yeah, we spoke about that. So since we'll be dealing with things that has to do with, what, interesting. Can someone tell me the on the chat? Can someone just tell me the full meaning of FAISS? FIAS. I know I spoke about it, but yeah, I mean, I'm the tutor, so I know I spoke a lot about it when we're dealing with RAG. So someone should actually type what it is on the chat. Please, someone should help me with step on how to join the live class through LMS. Thank you. I think teaching assistants will help with that. Good evening. Please zoom your screen. Okay, no problem. I forgot. I hope it's better now. I hope it's better now. So I'm expecting us to drop the full meaning of FAISS. So yeah, and because we only have 1 hour, yeah, similarity search. Thank you very much, Sunday. And yeah, so first off, we'll install all these packages, and yeah, so I'll just go ahead and run this cell. Mm. Yes, Facebook AI similarity search. Facebook AI similarity search. Thank you very much, everybody, for answering. So I'm installing the packages I will be using. It's not better. Your screen is still tiny. Okay, no problem. Please, Abba now. I hope it's okay. Abba now. Olabisi, is it better now? Is it better? My screen is not blurry. It's your network, please. This class is not in the LMS. I don't understand that. Not really. Okay. Please, I hope this is like, I'd increase it. It's now, I think, maybe 150. Please, I hope Olabisi you can see my screen. Hope it's better now. It should be large enough. Okay, so yeah, so it's going to take a while for this to install. But yeah, before, so while waiting for that to install, well, after that we'll be importing the necessary packages. All these packages we're already familiar with it. We've talked about them, from the touch to transformers to the auto token, auto model, sequence to sequence LM. There's non-pi. I mean, if you're very much familiar with data analysis using Python, you should be familiar with non-pi. Changing GPU to T4, is it compulsory? So yes, I mean I've explained I explained the essence of using GPUs rather than CPUs. So please, you might probably have to check back. And it's, you can use CPU, but because in simple terms, you want your codes to run fast, it's better to use a GPU. If you want your models, because these models are very heavy, are very heavy, right? So you want to make use of a GPU to for them to run fast. But you can make use of a CPU. Even when we write it, we always set it as, oh, okay, fine. If I turn in my GPU, use my GPU. But if I don't turn in my, that's CUDA. If I don't turn in my GPU, then just maintain using the CPU. So the choice is yours. But ideally, rule of thumb, when you're running deep learning apologies, when you're running deep learning models, you definitely want to stick to GPUs. Epic Bible stories. If your screen is blurry, you can go to the settings, increase it. Oh, yeah, thank you very much. You can do that. Anthony, but nobody can argue on LME. If you register for this course, you automatically get the anime. Okay, okay. So I guess people that are asking about being registered to LMS are probably people that just came across the YouTube channel, and they are very much interested in what we are doing. So so when you run this, and you just import everything from what you've installed already. Yeah. Sorry, Benjamin, what do you mean by no? What are you saying no to? Guys, we just have 1 hour. I'm looking at this time. I'm looking at this time, and in my head, I'm like, oh, how are we going to beat it? But I'm sure we'll beat it. We'll do like a very good crash course. So please, everybody, just pay attention. There is no link in the LM. Okay, you mean LMS for this class? I think the TA would look into that. The TA will look into that. Okay, so we have everything. We have all our libraries imported already. So, like I said, I'm going to be setting my device to CUDA, which is my GPU. Then if touch CUDA is available, but if it's not available, just maintain my GPU. But since I've turned it to GPU, it's going to definitely be available. So this is CUDA. So now we now move into like day one, what we have for day one, which is about Gen AI, healthcare, Gen AI in healthcare and summarization. The goal, right, is to understand common Gen AI use cases in the healthcare, symptom checkers, health document summarizers, patient education assistant. And I spoke about a real app. I spoke about a real app that a real big pharma company is actually doing, which is the Health Answers by Pfizer. Right. Let me see if I can pull that up so you can at least you can see that yes, we are building real stuff here. Health Answers by Pfizer. It's actually an application. This is the app. Um, why am I getting this Cloudflare? Ah, okay. I have to verify I'm human. Interesting. So this is it, right? This is this is basically what we are trying to build, right? We're trying to build this. Ask healthcare awareness question, get AI powered answers. How this is just that this is done by like and there's also an app, right? So we are now trying to say, oh, how can we build this ourselves? In quotes. Now, this is I'm just showing you, I'm not going to be using it till we're done building ours. But this is what we're trying to do. It's showing, yeah, please ignore those warning. It's not when you're installing, just ignore all those warning. It just has to be with compatibility issues with the collab library Bookie. It's still going to work. It's still going to work. So yeah, I've showed us a real life like a real life like a real use case of what we want to build. So you can also build yours yourself. Basically, that's what we are doing. But building like we'll be coming up in sections by section. So first off, understanding Gen AI use cases in healthcare for symptom checkers, for health document summarizers, for education assistants. And of course, we'll learn how to use small language models for summarization. So we'll be making use of small language models. We'll not be really using the LLMs, right? But, I mean, just for compute sake. Then and also you have to add like basic basic health disclaimers and prompt constraints and key ideas building like an assistive tool that won't replace healthcare professionals. So like if you look at the one by Pfizer, it's not something to replace the healthcare professionals. It's just something to assist patients. They will still always give you a prompt that, oh, whatever you are doing, you have to still see a doctor. This is not replacing a doctor. So the basic exercise that we have, I will just throw this out to everybody, which is something you can do. We might not be able to do this here, but it's something you can do. Has to do with like these generative AI use cases and classify them into low risk, high risk, low risk, medium risk, and high risk. That high risk in terms of making a diagnosis of or prescribing dosage, medium like lifestyle advices, low risk like summarizing a WHO leaflet. So let's say if it's a documentation on malaria or a documentation on HIV and AIDS or basically anything, right? Yes, 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 yes. Exactly why we just have an hour for this. Exactly why we just have an hour for this, and I'm trying to make sure that yes, even before the time due, we can wrap this up. So pardon me, I might from now I might not even be looking at the chat anymore. But of course, so I'll still answer them. So the small language model I'll be using is the Google Flang T5, right? Flang T5 small. So when you go to Hugging Face, you would see how of course, if you are very much familiar with our class, we already know how we copy and paste models from Hugging Face and we make use of them. Then put in our tokenizer, then put in our model, then pass our model to our device. They write a function that helps to make use of this model to summarize text. So basically, what we want to do is to be able to summarize information, right? To be able to summarize information. So when it comes to so for the function, we have to put in the prompt and the input that which is what the user can actually pass through, can actually pass to use the model itself. So from the prompt, for the prompt, I mean, it's supposed to summarize the following health information into simple language for non-medical persons. So any medical information that has like medical jargon, it just helps to summarize. It just helps to summarize it. And yeah, so and of course, we have the inputs. That's like the remember when we spoke about transformer, we have the encoder, we have the decoder. So for the encoder, we'll now start talking about the return tensors. Of course, return tensors is PyTorch tensors we're using. Then set truncations as true, right? For padding, we're not going to we by default the padding is going to set to true. Is going to set to true. The maximum length of tensors is to be 1024. Then of course it runs all these on the CUDA. That's when you see this device, it's still setting it up to GPU. It- yeah, I'm sorry I'm rushing, but you have to understand why, please. I mean, and these are things that we are very much familiar with. Again, these are just like application. We're just doing like application, right? We're just trying to say, okay, fine, okay, for this sector, this is how we're applying what we'll be learning to it. So, of course, so for the outputs, you pass it to the models, the input, the max tokens, set numbers of the early stopping. True. So early stopping is just like a guardrail to make sure that giving it's not beginning to hallucinate or give us unnecessary text that we do not want. So yeah, those are like guardrails for our LLM. So then the summary, the tokenizer is going to like decode what the is going to decode the tensors that have been generated, right? And pass them as outputs. Then skip special tokens. Yeah, we don't need that for this. Then of course, after every function written, you have to put in your return. Then return the summary. So I'll run this to download the tokenizer and the model bin. Okay, so that is done. That is done, right? And because this is an healthcare application that we are building, we will have to add some bit of disclaimer, right? We'll have to add a bit of disclaimer. Now, if you look at this one from Pfizer, you will see that it also has like a disclaimer because they try to like tell they try to tell patients or people that are potentially using this that, oh, this is by generative AI. Okay, you can see this, you can read this. This is by generative AI. It's not there to like replace a doctor. You still need you still need to consult an healthcare professional and stuff like that. Just to put a disclaimer in what we are building, right? And that's basically what this is going to. So that's basically why we will need to put this. So, disclaimer we have here is I am an AI system that provides general health information only. This is not medical advice and does not replace the consultation of a qualified healthcare professional. In case of emergency or worrying symptoms, contact your doctor or emergency service immediately. So, just to put that disclaimer out there that, oh, this is what this is all about. Now, the sample text that we are going to be summarizing, right? Just this is just a random sample text. This one is on hypertension. So hypertension, commonly called high blood pressure, is a condition in which the forces of the blood from the artery is too high and all that. So this is just like a sample text. So you can actually just replace this with whatever sample text that you want to add. Of course, I had to put a function for this disclaimer to add disclaimer. So every time it's giving me a summary, it's going to always add that disclaimer. It's always going to add that disclaimer for me. Please take note. And I've explained why that disclaimer is there. So I'll when I run this, sorry. So when I run this, you see, it's just giving me the summary of what hypertension is all about. Recognize the risks of hypertension. Consider lifestyle changes. That basically when you are having to do anything with hypertension, that's the summary of what this text is all about, and that is what it is giving me here. Recognize the risks of hypertension. Consider lifestyle changes. So this is now the disclaimer that I just adding for me, that just in case anybody uses my app, this is the disclaimer that will just be automatically come in there. So now this now brings me to the Gradio that we will be building. We'll be building off this, right? So just to build like a simple Gradio interface for this. So of course, we'll be writing a function for that for the interface, and basically kind of designing the UX. It's still not far fetched from what we've been doing, right? It's not far fetched from what we'll be doing. So this is for the how the interface should be, what should be there. Please paste your healthcare related text to summarize long text and all that. Then add blocks like gradual blocks. Um, just basically designing the flow of it. Paste your healthcare related hardcore leaflet. The model will summarize it into simpler language. Do not use this tool for medical emergencies. Then put like an input box and an output box. All these are just basically set to just design the flow of how the Gradio app is supposed to be. And this app will now put it as launch. Will now put it as launch. So this is basically the app. I already built something here, but I will just run this cell again. So this is yeah. So basically, this is the app we have, right? This is the app we have. And now, if I now want to, let's say I'm thinking of let me go to I want to click for a text to summarize. Let me go to WHO documentation on malaria, doc on malaria. I want to summarize that. So I go to this, okay, guidelines, WHO guidelines on malaria. Basically, I'm just going to lift off like very simple text, okay, like this overview now. Will just because I want to understand, I'll just copy this. Right? I'll just copy this, paste your health information here, and click on the summarize and give me something. So it's just showing you, it's just basically summarizing, giving you like summary of what you just pasted is what it's all about. I want to just like tell you that recommendation on malaria continues to be reviewed and updated based on latest information. Basically, just trying to tell you that this is what this is all about. I would have loved it for something to be. I would have loved something much more detailed. I maybe something that explain. Okay, this is like a leaflet. Let's say based on let me see if I can just copy all this from. Let me see if I can copy all this. Okay, so let me see based on recent this assessment identification, blah 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 blah. So let me see if I can copy all this from the app. Okay, from the leaflet. So now it's just basically now going to give me like um like a summary of what this is all about. So if I paste this and I run this summary again, then you can see that this is like an overview of evidence on for a random control trial for insecticide treated nets has been conducted. Just giving you like a summary of what this is basically all about. Yeah, so that's what this is. That is what this is all. That is what this is all about. And yeah, so this is how the summary app is going to work. Simple, straight to the point. For today. We're just going to be working with how to do summarizers. You can as well tweak the amount of tokens, the amount of back tokens that you want to generate of this. If you want like longer summarizations, you can change the max token here. If you want sorry, if you want to like tweak the disclaimer, but although I think this is a very standard disclaimer, you can tweak it here. You can replace it with this text that we have here. So yeah, now we already have this, done, this set. Now let's now look into how we can deploy this to Gradio, because it's something that of course we've been doing stuff on, deploy to Hugging Face space, because we've been basically seeing things around building Gradio. But I mean, now we now want to be able to see how we can deploy it on Hugging Face, spaces here, like you have it here. So first off, you need an Hugging Face account, right? So how to deploy on a Gradio app on Hugging Face spaces? So first off, you need a Gradio. Sorry, you need an Hugging Face account. So I want to assume that we have an Hugging Face account. First off, I want to assume we have an Hugging Face account, because of course that's how you've been able to use all those models and getting all those tokens. Then make sure you have a username, or we're just dealing with username. We don't have an organization set. So first off, when you want to create, I will demonstrate all this. So I'm just running through what I have like pasted here. So first off, when creating a space, when creating a space, you there on the bottom right, when you have your profile picture, you would see like maybe your profile, you will see new space, right? You see new space. Also, Hugging Face has its own version control, so basically that's how you're able to deploy your own apps there. Then you can give the name of your space, visibility if you want it to public or private. Then space SDK, you choose Gradio, and you the hardware, you select the hardware. So for they don't have GPU selected for free tier. What Hugging Face has for free tier is just CPU. But that is why I'm making use of a small language model. You can upgrade yours. I mean, if you have the money to subscribe, you can upgrade yours. You can upgrade yours, right? So first off, let's see how we can let's okay, fine. Sorry, I have to open my Hugging Face account on another Google account, because it's not on this account. So bear with me and let me stop sharing this. I'll come back to this. So I'm going to share another new screen. Please bear with me. I want to share another screen. So once I just want to open my Hugging Face account. Oh, okay. Let me see. Let me go back and share my screen. Oh, this is the Wahala. Now looking for when you have like very when you have a lot of tabs opened. Okay, so yeah, share. Where is my Hugging Face? I can't even find it again. Sad. Okay, if you don't mind though, I'll just have to share my own screen. I'll just share my own screen. Please let me know when you can see my screen. Let me know when you can see my screen, because we don't have enough time anymore. So I have to be fast. Let me know when you can see my screen. Please, is my screen up? Still blank. Okay. I mean, I'm sharing my own screen. So okay, I think it's. How about now? You can see my screen, right? Can you see my screen now? Okay, yes, it's up. So now we now want to see how we want to set up Hugging Face space. So it's very simple, straight to the point. I'll just go to my profile, like it was stated. Then I'll now go to this. There is a new model. If you want to upload any model you build or you deploy, when you want to upload any new data sets you want to use, when you want to upload new space, new collection, maybe a collection of models, data set and spaces and all that. But now we're just concerned about spaces. So I'll go to space. Then so I'll set up the space here. So what we want to set up for today is like an health summarizer for Gen AI class. For Gen AI class. Then maybe okay, maybe just say health summarizer. Then this will now copy. And okay, health summarizer. Then I'll just put this as my short description. The license, you really don't have to set a license, but you can just pick any. Apache 2.0 is like the default license, so you can see like space development toolkit that you want to use. And you have Gradio, you have Docker, you have Gradio, you have Docker, you have static. I'll pick Gradio, of course. Then you when you're choosing a template, you can choose a chatbot, you can choose a text to image leaderboard, track you can build whatever how you can, you can customize by default how your space should be, but we already have that customized in the app in the Pi app that we've already built, that we have in our what's the name now, in our notebook. So just leave that as blank. Then select CPU basic. Now, if you want to do like GPU, now you see that you have to subscribe. You have to be subscribed to Pro, and then maybe if you like need like a custom hardware, how you want the hardware to be, and you will see that they charge you for all this. You would see you can see different NVIDIA graphics card here. You can see them, and they all allocate by hours. But we're just going to be using GPU, and we'll be using that's why we're using a small language model. And so this will set it for public because of course we want to showcase our space to people to use. So there we just click on create. Okay, it has to match the space, no special character. So I think it's because of the space I have. So I will just leave it as, I'll remove the space and just click on create space. So yeah, I already have the space created. Now I can clone this, I can git clone this and now start uploading what I want to do, how I want my app to be. I can do that, but because of because of I mean what we are doing now, this is basically just like a demo, right? And like I spoke about ML ops, all these are really necessary for your LLM ops, your ML ops and all. So if since I just want to write into I just want to like create my app directly. No app there. Okay. So I'll just do my app. I'll write my code directly. So okay, now alternatively you can create the app file directly in your browser. So this is it. So basically I'll just go and copy and paste. I'll go and copy and paste this app. I think I need to switch this off from running. Let me switch it off from running. So I'm back to the notebook app that we have, right? Please, I hope you can see my screen because now I'll be jumping from screen to screen. So I will just go here, right? I'll go here. I will copy. I will copy. Please don't run this. So you don't have to run it. I'll copy all this that I've written here. What's going on? I'm trying to copy and paste. So I'll just go here and copy everything I have on this cell. Please, if by any chance you are lost, and please always just come back and watch this video. It's self-explanatory. Then I'll go here and I'll paste this. Basically, this is just like this is just like this is what we've done on Gradio Organ Phase. But now we're not trying to see how we want to host our and it must be written like as a Python script and name the Python script as Py as app.py. .py is the default file setting for Python. That's how you name Python scripts. That's how you name Python scripts. You name it as anything, just as you have .pdf, .cvs. Python scripts are named as py. So I will just include all my model names and all that in my Python script. Don't worry. Hugging Face is going to handle the continuous integration and continuous deployment. That's like the ops, the LLM ops for me. But for more sophisticated ones, you need to know all these things. You need to know how to deploy all these things yourself. So I can add like a description of what. So I can just say, okay, app for my health summarizer app, and I'll now commit. Right? If you are very familiar with how to use GitHub, this should not even be an issue for you at all. If you are very familiar with GitHub, how to do version control, GitHub should not be an issue for you. If you want to learn about Git and GitHub, please go ahead. There are YouTube videos, there are resources you can check on YouTube and just put it through. So I'll just go and I'll just commit this. Now it's supposed to start building, but first off, I don't have the requirements that it's supposed to install. So I'll still want to put like some requirements that it's supposed to install for me. That's why it's showing me this runtime error. Right now, I will now have to create a new file, then put like a requirement.txt, requirement.txt. Now, this requirement.txt is to like tell it that, oh, you need to have all these things pre-installed. That's why it's getting this runtime error, because of course there are not some things are already installed. You get like some things are not already installed, so it's going to crash, right? It's just like how we have to install certain packages on our IDE on Colab, so that Colab can run and stop getting and not get errors. Basically, that's what it's just trying to tell me, that, oh, okay, oh, sorry, oh, but you have to see, you can check the logs for more information. So, oh, I don't want to leave this app. I don't want to leave here, but basically the logs I'm getting are like, oh, you don't have the required stuff to run this code installed. So um I'll go back to this doc that I already have here. Then for the summarizer app, these are the main things we want to install. We want to install transformers, we want to install touch, we want to install Gradio. So I'll copy this and just go and paste. So I'll just paste in the requirements. So I'll just say so as packages to essential to run the app. Packages essential to run the app. Then I'll just go to commit. Now I already have that. You can see that my space is now building. So it's helping me build my space now. So you can see this place. It's showing me starting. So it's building my app now, right? I don't have to do anything since I already set the space. I don't have to click on anything for it to build. It just start building for me. So I can go to the health summarizer. You can add a README if you want to. You can do that all by yourself. So I already made like 3 commits, right? By setting the space up, adding the app.py, and setting the requirements. So now the space is already building. So this is it. This is it. Once it is done, it will show me a prompt that, oh, your space is already done. You can now click on it and you can share it to use. As this is very simple, straight to the point. So while our space is building, we only have like 10 minutes. Any question? Any question on what we've done so far? Any question on what we've done so far, please? Any question? Should I assume that we all understand what we are doing? Can the app be downloaded on an? No, it cannot. You are only going to be able to use the app on Hugging Face space, but you can share a link to the space for people to use. This Hugging Face thing it lost me. So please go back, watch the video. I understand for a fact because I could not take time to now start. Okay, now we have the space running. As you can see, it's already running. It's already running. So if I click here, it's using my CPU. I can see the amount of CPU and the RAM. So if I just go here to the app, I'll see, I'll see, I'll see the space. So this is it. The movement in and out of body face isn't clear. Please rewatch the video, right? Please rewatch the video. But it's just and check the markdown that was set in place. It's very self-explanatory. Now this is my space. This is my space for us to use. I would copy this and share with us. This is my space for us to use. You can use the space. You can use the space now. Now my space is live, so I can share this space to. I can share this link to anybody to use my space. I already have like an app deployed on Hugging Face Space. Can you go over hosting Gradio on Hugging Face again? Please, just because of time. Remember, we only have 1 hour, and I was instructed to just adhere to 1 hour. I would have loved to run this again, but tomorrow we'll still deploy another app, and I'll still show us again how to do it. But just in case you are lost, just go back to the recording of this. Just go back to the recording of this, please. Sure, have to rewatch the video because I'm really lost. Apologies, because I know I was changing Windows upon Windows for this. A summary will be fine. Okay, so the summary for this, I'll just open this. Right. Let me go back to. This is basically just the summary for what we've done. Basically, this is basically what we did. Fill in the details of the space. Add for set visibility for teaching and demos, then private if you prefer your then set your space SDK for Gradio. Then the basic hardware is CPU basic. Then you create your app.py, add file, create a new file, app.py. Then I just went to now copy and paste all that I have here to my app.py file that I already created. Right? Sorry, we are not up to 100. Simeon, what do you mean by this? And also add the requirement. If you don't add the requirement of what you want Hugging Face to install for you, it's not going to run. It's just like how we have to install the setting packages that we want to use for this. Right? It's just like how we have to install the setting packages we want to use for this. And these are like the packages we'll be using for the summarizer app, the app transformer, the touch and the Gradio. Simple, very simple, straight to the point. So what I have done is to see this thing that I built here. I've already deployed it on space, and I already have a link that I can share to people to use. So you can see that we've been able to build a very simple app with this. And don't get lost, it's basically what we've been doing. We're not trying to just see like basic application. I would want us to build up on this to use for other things, for other tools, maybe tools that are maybe applicable to our place of work, tools that are applicable to tools that are applicable to our workspace, tools that are applicable to where we work at. That's just what we should focus this on, right? And yeah, so for React-based apps, these are things we would have to install. But for this, so this is what we're doing because this is a summarizer app. This is just what we're focusing on. Now, if I go back to my app, then let me just paste what I have, maybe from what I copied from WHO guidelines and stuff. So this, I want to make a summary of this. So summarize explanation. So I'll click on this app. Recommendation on malaria to be reviewed and updated based on the last available evidence. Simple. I've already built my first Hugging Face space. If you are following through, you built your first Hugging Face space, and you can always share this link to people to use your space. You can make this better. You can update it. You can, this is just very simple, just for us to be able to use and deploy. So yeah, I mean, just to go again through what we have done. Again, if you still have to navigate, you're still finding hard to navigate through the app that we built. Please just go, or the space that we built. Just go to this notebook and you would see it there. You will see how to do this there. Straight to the point. Straight to the point. Can we build a downloadable app? No, you cannot build it. That would now involve mobile app deployment, and this does not cover mobile app deployment basically. But a web app that people can use, yes, that's what we've just done with this. The summarizer interface code has been running for over 9 minutes. Sorry, which of the interface, which of this is it, the one we did with Gradio that has been running for over 9 minutes? Maybe it's your network, Dorcas, but you can come up again. So yeah, I mean, this is um basically what we have for today. Tomorrow we'll still go over we'll still build more apps. I will still see how we can deploy them on Hugging Face Space. I'll share a link to the Hugging Face Space I just deployed. I'll share the link for us to use. Simple as that. And the app that was built was just, it's just basically me taking what I've already written, what I've explained here, what I've explained all through here, then turning it to like a Python script for me to use, right? So nothing complicated, nothing difficult, and also applying like CI/CD to be able to deploy my apps, continuous integration, continuous deployment. Please read up on it. I want to come to live. I always come live in this class, but it's inconsistent with our prayer time. Then God class have been recorded. Yeah, please. Please. I'm not going to waste anybody's time. This is just going to be for 1 hour. So I would stop sharing my screen now. You can see very straight to the point what we've done today. If you're still finding it very hard, please go to let me stop sharing my screen. Please go back to the notebook, go back to the recordings. Everything is well explained there. Everything is well documented there. Well explained, well documented. If you have any other questions that you want to ask, please reach out to me on LinkedIn. Right? Reach out to me on LinkedIn if you have any questions that you want to ask. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And yeah, we'll meet tomorrow. We'll meet tomorrow. Um, yeah, so we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, guys.